today. From NRG Stadium.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary, and he'll get this up just shy of the 30. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll run on first down with Singletary, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. That'll be caught left side by Woods. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Play action. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick of the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Here's Lawrence. again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And they'll run with Etienne. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Open man right side is Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Lawrence. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Will Anderson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The kick by McManus is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2nd and 9 from the 44. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. Caught left side by Mechie. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Woods. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Singletary will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
60 boxes, 60 boxes. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
3rd and 1, Stroud.
And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. Stroud off the play fake.
Rolling to his right.
And that's going to be incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. ETN bringing in another one.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
From midfield now, Lawrence able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On first down, Lawrence. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime, because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Quick throw to Collins. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Stroud to throw it. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans are able to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Etienne.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall.
So here are the Texans to take over.
They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10.
Oh, what a grab by Woods.
And he'll be knocked to the turf right there as he gets it up to the 43. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Josh Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
A give up the middle to Singletary.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll let this go deep for Collins.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Stroud now on 4th down. Taking a shot for Dell here.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Lawrence will throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and this Texans defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
A CD that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. What a play that turns out to be.
The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson lines up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Play action. Stroud now. He's got his man. It's Dell with it.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Now Stroud.
Dancing to his left. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
On the draw, here's Stroud.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
C.J. Stroud.
A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They, of course, will decline the penalty and just take the yardage on the completion.
And this defense, they've got to be beyond frustrated at this point because even when they're grabbing and holding out there, they're still completing passes. If you grab someone, they shouldn't be able to catch it.
Stroud sets up the play action.
Eluding the pressure right.
To the right side and caught by Dell.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Open man, that's Collins. He's got it. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So Houston going to come away here with the